balance there. You got to respect for yourself. Yeah.
What's the name? You said it one.
It's on Podomatic.com, and it's called the Online Money Machine Show. And I had that thing wired up all over the web and on iTunes and on automatic downloads, and it was a pretty good show. But and it's great, you know. And the other thing too is that when you sell stuff, here's a little secret I've kind of done. I leave all my mistakes in. If I'm doing a live event, or if I'm doing a podcast, or if I'm doing a video, I'm not afraid to leave the mistakes in, because I believe that I've tested all this stuff. People like to buy from people, and if it's too clean, if it's too polished, it kind of loses something. So there has to be an essence of realism there.
What kind of mistakes are you talking about?
I do a lot of things like, I'll pause, or I'll lose my train of thought. I'll just leave it in there, or I'll flub up a word, and I'll leave it in there. And people like to listen to that because it's kind of like, wow, he's human, just like us. And I can see what he's doing, and I think I'll call him up. I think I'll ring him up. And that's usually what happens. So there's some believability there. Even my sales copy that I write is not perfect English. You know, like I said, I was a C- student when I was in English. I didn't care about that stuff. I was more of a creative soul. I was an artist. And when I actually wrote sales copy, I was kind of relieved to find out that you can actually write the way you talk. Think about that one. Your audience doesn't have to. The audiences that you're talking to out there, they're not Harvard graduates. They're people just like you who are looking for a good deal. They're looking for a way to save money on heating or hair color or lawn care or whatever it is. People are people. They're looking for a deal. You have to speak at that kind of a level, and keep in mind that the world basically operates on a 7th grade reading level. That should be a comfort for some of you. And you can also write in sentence fragments, which is nice. I like to do that too. I always don't write bullet points in full sentences. I'll actually do ... and a lot of stuff I do, you know. And I leave a lot of my sales copy up to the imagination of the reader. I want that switch to go on. If that switch doesn't go on, they're not going to call me. I want that switch to go on. I do the same thing with order forms too, if you notice. We kind of went over some order forms today. And I have so much to show you. I've got more samples on my site. And I want that to be, I want this thing called the greed factor to kick in. I want them to really want what I have and to see value in what I do. And if I can do that, my closes are a lot easier. And they're not so traumatizing. I don't got to worry about, I don't really sweat over closing too much. I like closing. I like getting a no right away too, because usually if I get a no, it usually means that my clients just can't afford it, or, you know, it's just not for them, or it's not a good match. It's not a good working relationship for them or me. And I'd rather know that right away, so I'm not spinning my wheels. And what this has allowed me to do is basically cherry pick my own clients. See, a lot of you guys out there know if you have jobs or what your situation is like. I used to work in the Sears Tower in Chicago. I had about 8 bosses. So whenever I screwed up, I got to hear about 8 different people. I didn't like that. And I ended up leaving that job. And I don't have that today. I'm the boss, and I create my own reality. And because of that, I'm able to do whatever I want. If I want a 4-day work week, you know, if I want to have a 3-day work week, I can. You know, and I know where the hot spots are in my business, and also I know where the controls are in my sales letters. So I can duplicate the success in any city or any industry that I want to, because I've done it already. I've done it before. And it takes a lot of the guesswork out. So in an economy like this one, it takes a lot of fear out. I don't live in fear. In fact, this weekend, my girlfriend and I are going to Soaring Eagle Casino for 2 days and goofing off. And one of the worst economies in recorded history. And, you know, and I haven't had a job in 10 years. I gave up looking for work in Detroit. I just gave up. I said, it ain't gonna happen, and I'm okay with that. And actually now, I don't want a job, because I got too much freedom now. And I can go out and I can start a company. I've got about 3 different companies I want to create. I haven't really done it because I don't have time. I'm having fun with my older businesses that I've created, and I'm always busy. I've got a studio in Farmington Hills. I've had it for 2 years, and I work out of there diligently. And I'm in 50 different industries, and it's growing. I've got deals in Chicago, got deals in California, New York City, and as well as Metro Detroit. And I don't have to fly out to meet these people either. I just, a lot of them haven't even met me. I've sold in Canada, in Florida, and it's incredible. And that list just keeps continuing to grow. So think about what people want from you more than your fears or phobias of what you think that the public can or cannot afford. Everybody wants something. I'm not wearing a watch today, but there's a saying in the Seth Godin book for, what was it, Secret, that was the hidden, was it, Secret Prize, I think it was. They talked about, you can walk into CVS and buy a watch for $2. It's a digital watch. It takes really, it keeps really excellent time. And it keeps better time than anything that was done at the turn of the century, in the 1800s. Or you can go out and buy a Rolex for $32,000. People choose to do that in any economy because they want it. Same thing with cars. You think about a vanity item, like a car, a watch, anything. Salons. Salon businesses are kind of like recession-proof. People still want to look good. Health clubs the same way. And when you think about that, what human behavior is like, people buy what they want to buy, no matter what. And that's the one thing you have to remember. No matter what the economy is, if they want it bad enough, they will buy it. If you don't believe that, go to Vegas. Spend a week there in Vegas. It's enough for anybody. You'll see what I mean. There's a lot of examples over there. And it's a lot of things that people don't need, they'll buy it. When I was in Vegas a couple of years ago, I saw this, it was a motorcycle. Basically it looked like the skeleton of Aliens, the movie Alien. And it had 2 wheels on it, you can ride it. It was like $165,000. You don't need that, but people want it. That's the difference. So anyway, I hope that helps. Okay, anything else? You can find me online. I'm pretty easy to spot. I'm in Farmington Hills. I'm Ted Cantu. Thank you.